Good morning, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday morning, July 25th. We're looking at window traders market profile of the ES and NQ. So ES with all-time highs yesterday, along with SPY and the SPX. But once again, we see this constantly, new all-time high in the overnight. NQ battled their balance high all day in the afternoon. H, J, K, L, and M, but could never take it out. We talk about balance rules. Well, they did balance rule number one. They came close to a balance high. Now the question is, do they roll over? They do, though, have an overnight all-time high from last night again. Again, those generally don't hold. But for sure, NQ's been having trouble getting through their balance high. Still very healthy on the monthly and weekly, but the daily is still in balance. We'll see if they resolve that. Righty. Once again, after going up on Wednesday, right back to balance on Thursday. They went out with a price probe. Right now they're trading above the base of it. I would call it, again, they have such huge balances, so I'm going to call it for now a two-day balance since they just filled that gap. So if they take out yesterday's low, I would call it down. Again, if you want to call it a one huge balance, again, that's fine. But I'll try to redefine these a little bit. So I'm going to call this a two-day balance right now for Righty. Okay, remember, they went out with a nice price probe on Wednesday, rejected. Now they went out with a price probe to the downside on Thursday. Let's see if that's rejected. Two-day balance for them. They're also, now I called the weekly up, but they had barely stretched it, but we'll call it up, and the monthly is up. Again, we'll recap all of these charts tonight. Now, ES, as far as hump levels go, obviously the bulls want to defend yesterday's low. Why? Because they're up on the daily. They're up on all three time frames. They did have a poor low yesterday. They defended the base of their price probe from the day before. So this is a level bulls would want to defend. As far as the bears, there's really not much to defend, right? Yeah, maybe the overnight all-time high, but again, they just keep retreating. If we open this in balance, in value, yesterday's range was the second smallest of the year in the S&P, and NQ's was very small also. So again, a lot's on the table. When a range is small, any kind of movement could take out both sides of it. So right here, in balance and value, there's nothing really to go on. But 90 minutes to go, it depends. Can you front run the overnight low? You can, and then use yesterday's low as your out. That's about 5 points worth of heat. As far as a short, well, again, you want to short it against value high and use the day's high as your out. You can also do that. And Q, on the other hand, in balance in value right now. Let's see, do they defend the overnight low and the afternoon pullback low? If they do, then you have decent odds of testing that balance high again and potentially finally going up on the daily. If you don't defend this level, well, then you're going to have most likely lower value and eat away at the buy tail and stay in balance. And then chart-wise, there's the daily in ES. Again, 71 million yesterday. So even though the volume's not great at these all-time highs, they've been above average the last 2 days. I mean, I remember all-time highs over the past years where the volume was in the 30s or 40s. So that's definitely somewhat better. It would be a lot nicer if it was over 100 million, but we take what we can get. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap the day and the week at 4 p.m.